Today we're studying lesson 14. We're studying lesson 14 from the Mayim book. Last week we learned kof, which was k. Then we learned tzadi, which was ts. And if tzadi comes at the end of a word, we got a final form for it, which also goes ts.
Here.
Oh, thank you.
I got lesson 5 and lesson 7. I don't know where lesson 6 went. If we even had homework for lesson 6.
Well, we had lesson 6 homework. Every week we had homework.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look for it then. Right to somewhere else. Because I have every single lesson except for lesson 6.
I don't think I have lesson 6 in it. I think my stuff is at home for lesson 6.
Okay.
It is.
Stuff's at home.
Yep. So, of the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, we're going to learn number 22, the last one today. It's not in order 22, it's just the last one that we're learning. And it's P. P. If we were writing it in script, it would go like this. It's kind of like the nose of a person who's facing to the right. Pay.
The nose, yes.
Yes.
That's
yes.
funny.
A cartoon nose.
With a nostril, David, have you seen that?
And in block, I make it with 2 strokes. The first stroke goes like that. And after we got that stroke, the second stroke goes like that. And we put a dot in it. It was P.
Wait, it's flipped upside down.
Yeah, it's a little bit different from that one. It's squared off and it's turned over. But we're going to work on the block one. Let's write it a few times. Go. P.
It's like a backwards E. It looks like a fish with the eye and the mouth.
Looks like a tadpole.
Yeah.
P.
I was thinking like the mouth is the gaff and the eye is the dot.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a face or something like
Well,
that.
if we were to give it a vowel and a hey at the end of it, that's pay, which means mouth.
Pay.
So somebody who does such things might just say, well, this letter means mouth. Just like the letter ayin means eye. Pay. Write it a couple of times and say it, David. Pay.
Hey.
Get paper and pen, Christopher. Go get paper
Hey.
and pen.
Christopher, I got pen for you.
Pay.
David, may I borrow a pen as well? Thank you.
Pencil?
Pen.
Thanks.
To write out your permission slip.
You could do
Here.
pencil.
Thank you, Rick. Before I forget, Rick, could you please write the Mem Sophie between the lines?
The Mem Sophie?
Yes, because in the book it writes it really weird. It's like it floats it to the top
Are you talking about in script or in block?
in script.
I have my own style, okay?
Okay.
And it's been
But
carefully
within the lines, how
developed.
do you write it? Okay, because I write it to sit on the bottom line. So it's very strange for me to see it floating. Or in the book, if they have it go to the top line,
Mhm.
practically.
Yeah.
Okay.
In script especially, there are a lot of different styles. And I can show you, I didn't bring them today, but I've got handwriting
Somebody's
from some
handwriting.
Israelis,
Mm-hmm.
and their script.
Okay, but are they standard writing? Are they crazy writing?
You'll like my script a lot better than you'll like theirs.
Okay,
I
are they like
promise.
chicken scratch by their standard?
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't use that as sample.
yeah, it's like my notes when I'm writing notes to myself in English.
Right.
Okay, so that's pay. And with this letter, we can say Purim. Purim.
Mm-hmm.
Try writing that and say it. Write it, say it. Purim. Purim.
Christopher, do you want to sit here? You may sit here.
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
One more time. Purim. Pesach, which means Passover.
Mm.
Pesach. Did I get my vowel correct? I hope so. I don't even have it there.
On my homework, I accidentally wrote my Dalits that look like ratios.
Yeah.
Did you fix them?
No, I only now remember.
Uh-oh. You can go fix them now.
Okay, Pesach, right? Pesach. Okay. This is a Samech. Patah, Pesach. Pesach. Passover. One more time. Write it, say it. I want to be able to hear you say it. Pesach. Pesach. It has the idea of skipping over. To skip beyond. Leave something behind. Leave it out. And that's what the angel of death did at houses that had blood on the lintel and the doorposts on the first Passover. He skipped.
So Pesach means to skip?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the kids are skipping at the playground? Is it Pesach? That's a
I don't know. I don't know.
Skipping might be a different word because it's an action instead of. Well, it's different than to skip something, like to skip a homework assignment or to skip.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. My answer is that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a different
It's
word.
a safe answer. So I'm going to skip that question.
Very funny.
Okay. So if I had an apple, the word for apple is tapuach. And I'm not going to show you how to write tapuach. But there's also a word for gold, which is zahav, which you already know, right? But if we say an apple that is gold, we put the two together and it's tapuz.
Tapus.
Tapuz, it means an orange. Tapuz. Orange. It's not the color, the fruit. An orange. Tapuz. One time I was working as a volunteer on an army base in Israel, and they said, "Would you anybody who would like to have a Shabbat dinner with an Israeli family and stay overnight at their house, see me?" I said, "Well, yeah, I want to do that." So I saw them, and I ended up taking a bus to a town outside of the fort where we were, and these people had an orchard. They had 970 orange trees. Pretty cool. Pretty
That's
cool.
amazing.
Yeah.
How do they pick the oranges? Do they have a machine?
I don't know. I don't think so. They pick them off of ladders.
By person? By people?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you just walk along.
Yeah.
Place the ladder, climb up, pick.
That's how they pick grapes.
Go around.
I've got two friends, a husband and wife, who go to Israel every year
And they pick
to pick grapes. And they say the Bible prophesied about us, that strangers would come and pick your grapes to make your wine. Gentiles will come and pick your grapes. They said, that's us.
Wow.
We're prophesied in the Bible.
Hmm.
Okay, moving on, because we're learning 3 letters today and getting credit for 1. Okay, so what if we do some editing here and say, same letter without the dot is a fe. Fe goes f. So let's go fe. Can you do that? Write it, say it. Fe. Fe.
What do you say?
Faye.
Fe.
Faye.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So to say attractive in the masculine is yafe. Yafe.
Yafe.
Yafe. Ya. Fe. Can you write it and say it? Say it.
Yeah, Faye.
Yafe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Faye.
Yafe. To say it in the feminine, it's almost the same. Yafa. Beautiful is yafa. Yafa. There's a town in Israel that comes from this word. It's right next to Tel Aviv. It's called Yafo. Yafo or Jaffa.
Mm-hmm.
You buy oranges sometimes that are Jaffa oranges. They're from Israel. Yeah, from Yafa. Beautiful.
Is it beautiful? The city?
It's where Jonah shipped out from.
Jonah?
Jonah. So this gives you an idea that Jaffa has been around for a while.
It's very old, huh?
Yeah.
Bible should we call it Jaffa, right?
They call it Joppa.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have European biblical scholars from the 19th century to thank. For where there's a yud, they make it a j, and when there's a fe, they make it a
Excuse me.
pei.
Go get some food. Go get another food. They have plenty of food. And if you can have it, if they, you can't get more.
Okay, here's another good word.
noises in your class? David, Aaron, stop making that noise. It's school. It's just like at school. Pay attention. Be respectful.
Okay, what do we have here, David?
Shofar.
Shofar. Shofar. Good job. And what does it mean? Shofar.
Yeah.
Thing that you blow, right?
Yes,
I
yes.
forgot the word that it is. Like, what's the
English word?
Ram's horn. Ram's horn.
Oh, I thought you just call it shofar too.
Yeah.
Well, it is a ram's horn. That's what you blow.
Yeah.
But it's
A ram's horn,
It has to be a
a
ram.
real one, is about this long, and it's got this curve that goes like that. The ones that we use here are from an African antelope,
Oh, they're not
a
ram.
huge African antelope. Yeah, they make good shofars, even though they're not from a ram. Shofar, write it. Shofar. Okay, what if this letter comes at the end of a word? We have a special form called Fe Sophie.
there's no special form for pay.
No, no. If a pay comes at the end of a word, it's not a Hebrew word. Okay? There's a word that you'll see in, I've got a book that's got this in it. It has a pay on the end of it. In Hebrew, if it's a real Hebrew word, there'll never be a pay at the end of a word. It'll always be a Fe Sophie. Telescope. Telescope.
I wanted you to eat.
That's not a Hebrew word, but it's in Hebrew books sometimes.
Oh, well. Thank you. Thanks. Christopher, I wanted you to have protein too. It's just hard.
Yeah.
That's why.
If this letter comes at the beginning of a word, generally it will have a dot in it. At the beginning of a word. And at the end of a word, it'll be a final Fe like that. Okay, unless it's a foreign word. I got a son whose name is Philip. This breaks both of those rules.
Why?
If it were real Hebrew, it would be Pilif. Because Hebrew words, if they're going to start with this letter, it'll be a pay.
Oh,
With a
because of the
cook.
dagesh,
And
yeah.
at the end of the word, it'll be a Fe. If
Right.
Philip were a Hebrew name, it would be Pilif.
That's fine. Christopher, can you see? Okay.
Okay. So, our Fe Sophie in script, which you're not learning, starts at the bottom with a
wow.
loop, goes to the top, has another loop, and comes down, and it looks kind of like a treble clef.
Yeah.
In block, it starts the same as a regular Fe, but it doesn't have this tail on it. There's no dot, of course. And we have a beautiful word for that, with that, kisif. Kisif means silver. It also means money.
Because money was in silver, not gold.
Money was
Yeah.
also in gold.
Yeah, it could be either. But if I needed to make a deposit at the bank, I would write on my hand. and I write it without the vowels.
What do you mean you write it on your hand?
Well, if I needed to stop at the bank to make a deposit, as a reminder, I would write a note to myself on my hand. You never write on your hand? Okay. Well, I do. Okay, kiss it. Write it.
How do you write the script one again?
You start at the bottom, make a loop, go up, make a loop on the other side, and come down.
Thank you.
It takes a while to get the hang of it, but once you do, it's a lot of fun. And there are different styles. Oh, are there ever different styles for that?
I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I like my style.
Mm-hmm. There's another one that's similar looking, right? Another
Sadi Sophie.
Yeah, Sadi Sufi. We
Okay,
did that
so
already, right?
Yeah, we already know Sadi.
okay, so both this letter and this letter start out the same. Make a loop on the bottom, make a loop on the top, and right here, if it goes down, it's a Fe Sophie. If it goes up, it's a Tzadi Sophie.
I see. Okay. That's pretty. Looks like an S.
But it looks kind of like the way my sister used to sign her name.
Yeah, what's her name?
Lorna.
Looks like an L. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Edamame.
Eat it, sisters. You just slipped something on your lap. You have a napkin? Is
This
that
is the
enough?
beginning of page 50, where we're going to learn how to read a whole page of simple Hebrew. This is the first 6 lines of page 50.
Thank you.
So let's start working on this. Okay, so this first one,
So should I just copy it? Because it says right in your best Hebrew. Or
yeah,
think that's a-
yeah, write it just like it is. Sure. You copy it, yeah.
between the lines or
Uh,
underneath it?
underneath it or on another piece of paper.
Okay.
Put a piece of paper underneath so you'll pick up the grain of the wood.
For some reason I always want to make my dollars races. But in the end, they're $2. It's weird.
Yeah, a resh, you don't take your pencil off the paper. A dalet you do.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our first line. What's the first word?
David Daniel. David Daniel, what's the first word?
Da.
This is a vav.
Yeah.
It was the
And then the dot on the bottom is
e. The dot underneath it goes e.
oh, David.
David. Yeah. So David says,
Shalom.
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 And this is who he's talking to.
Ha. Ha.
That's a noon, David Daniel.
Hana.
Chana.
Hana.
Shalom, Chana. Okay, read the whole thing now, David.
David. Shalom, Hana.
Great, great.
Good job.
And what does Hannah say?
David Daniel, we know a Hana, right?
Yeah, we do.
And his daughter. Yeah, Hana. Rick, is that what we call Hannah? Is Hannah?
Chana.
Hannah is Hannah, though, right?
Mhm.
Hannah, yes. Hannah.
Chen is mercy.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Shalom, David.
So Hannah means mercy?
Yes.
Chen. Is it masculine or feminine? Do you remember? Chen for mercy?
It's going to be masculine because it doesn't end in a, and it doesn't end in tav.
Well, no exceptions, huh?
I didn't say that.
Okay. I know.
You're trying to corner me.
You
I
never
gotta
say never.
watch you.
Got it.
What have we here?
Maybe Chris.
This one.
Hana.
Mm-hmm.
Shalom. David.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Ma.
Good, good.
Ma.
Oh, actually, I made a mistake. David's masculine. Ma.
I forgot what the two dots sound like.
There's
It's
nothing.
silent.
You just go on to the lip.
It's silent, David.
Shlo.
Shlo.
Good.
Meh.
Shalom.
Let's do that.
Oh yeah. Shlo.
This letter goes
Shlomcha.
Very good.
Mashlomcha.
Good
Oh,
job.
Mashlomcha.
Mashlomcha.
Mashlomcha. Good job, Christopher. And what does it mean? What? Ma means what?
Huh?
What does it mean? Mashlomcha.
Oh yeah, the my piece one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How is your peace?
How's it?
How is your peace?
Like, how are you doing?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I was experimenting, talking with Beth today. I'd been talking with somebody else about Hebrew greetings. So I went to Beth and I said, Ma nishma, which is slang. It means what is heard. And it's people say, Ma nishma, what's happening, guy? And she said, yeah. And she answered me. She said, people also say, Ech holech. Ech holech, which means how is your walk? How is your walk? Ech holech. They're just having fun with Hebrew is what they're doing. Having fun with their
How's your
language.
walk? Like WALK?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean exactly?
Well,
How's it going, kind of?
yeah, how is it going? How is it going? In Judaism, they talk about your walk with the Lord. They call it halacha.
Halacha.
Halacha. And they have a lot of rules for halacha.
Mm-hmm.
Saying blessings as you go through your day and keeping a prayerful attitude.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of your halacha, your walk with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
So they take something from that and say, Ech holech. How's your walk?
Mm. Let's see. And manish ma is what?
What is heard?
What's heard?
What is heard?
What is heard? Like heard on the street? What's heard? Like to hear?
Mm-hmm. Like to
Oh,
hear.
what is heard? Okay. And that's slang?
Mm-hmm.
And it means what? It means what's happening? Kind of?
Yes. Manishma.
Manishma.
What's heard? What's the latest? David?
I forgot how to write the mem. So in my binder, I have this paper where I write the mem, and it says you write the mem like that. Is that okay?
That's how I write mine, actually.
That's a mem. It's not as pretty as my mem, but it is a mem. Yeah.
So that's what I did.
I don't
on
use
the
that
homework.
chart, okay?
Yeah, that's what I did on the homework.
I strive for a little more beauty in my Hebrew letters. Okay, I'm going to skip the third line. I'm going to go down to the fourth one. Hannah says,
No.
here we have a dalet and a resh. David, make sure your dalet's a dalet and your resh is a resh. Beseder. Beseder. At Passover, we all sit down at our meal. We have a book, and we go through the book that talks about the deliverance from slavery in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
And we go from start at the beginning, and we go through one page at a time to the end. It's organized,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Beseder means in order. In order. We will say it means okay. All
What?
right.
Oh, so you used it to say okay?
Mm-hmm.
In order.
Beseder. Can you say beseder?
The seder.
Yeah.
So the seder dinner, the seder meal is just without the b, seder. it's
Yeah,
just seder.
this is a completely different idea. This is a meal. It's a Passover meal.
So it has nothing to do with order?
Yeah, because the Passover meal
Is
is
in order. Yeah.
Yeah, we go through the book
Yeah.
in order. Yes.
So the seder means
order.
order
Order.
for the
Yes.
meal too.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we are out of time. But you're going to write this into English. Excuse me, write it in Hebrew, and you'll translate it to English. Can you do that?